What are your family outings like? For me and my dad, we go to the cave. That looks very spiritual, and we get lost in the cave. You know, it's just tradition, I guess. Hello, Baby Gang says, this is Calvin Olsen as Romer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. Do we talk first? Oh no, it's just, we have to examine. Yep. Okay, so there's quite a few things here. But I'm guessing we should start here, because the box is going to be the most interesting thing, right? These have got to be the doctor's footprints. They match the bottom of the boots he saw in his study. Well done. That's actually freaking amazing. But again, he's been doing this for a while now, so maybe like me saying to an attorney, man, good job. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Playing video games? So he made it all the way down here. The water's washed most of them. By the way, I'm not insulting people who play video games. I play video games. I'm saying that me going to a lawyer, good job, Apollo, is like so silly. The water's washed most of them away, but his footprints are everywhere. Really? Because these are the only set I see. He must be looking for something. Ah, those prints. They're coming out of the lake. Hey, you're right. But that would mean Dr. Buff came walking out of the water. And we have a bottle here? What's a plastic bottle doing here? There's seaweed stuck to it, which means it probably came from the ocean. It's possible this cavern is connected to the sea somehow. Interesting. That's actually like a very smart way of looking at it. Like maybe like the it goes off into the ocean somewhere, possibly. This box looks pretty new. I'm guessing the doctor's the one who brought it down here. It's no good. It's locked tight. There's no way to open it? Doesn't look like it. There isn't even a keyhole. Which means there must be some trick to opening it. We'll have to figure it out if you want to see what's inside. So there's going to be some trick to opening that as well, okay? It's a really amazing structure of the stone here. It's a big stone altar. One false move and some god might come and smite us. Oh, come on. It's not all doom and gloom. I dare you to look at our surroundings and say that again, Dirk. You've got me there, son. Dear God, please smite me now. And again, it's like they made a bit of a connection, but still, obviously, like, you know, there's going to be like some growing pains, of course. The area around here, I guess? Wow. Such a cool space. So that's the hole we fell through. Doesn't look like we're going back that way. We're lucky we survived the fall from way up here, way up there. Indeed, if that hole hadn't been above the lake, we'd be history. So that's where we fell from. You passed out the moment you hit the water. Yeah, well, water's not really my thing. So obviously Apollo probably got a shock, maybe even. This cavern is solid rock all around. Looks like we'll either go back through that hole or find some other way out. Why am I always between a rock and a hard place? There's like a log down here? Driftwood. How'd that get in there? By drifting on in, I assume. The only question is from where? Is there other areas here? Usually like it's something we don't see like that's like, yeah, right here. There we go, whatever that is. Oh, it's the lake. Okay. This lake looks really deep. I can't even see the bottom. A bottomless lake in the depths of a mountain cave system. That's terrifying. Yes, my blood runs cold at the thought of falling in there. Terrifying. The water, it's salty. This lake may well lead to the ocean. Didn't Pearl mention something about the ocean? Like how it's on the other side of the mountain. Can't imagine she meant literally. That's some of what we know so far. The orb is almost most definitely inside the box contraption that we can't open, okay. As for this cave, there doesn't seem to be any way out. We're this close to the orb. Come on now, son, don't be like that. It's just a bit of bad luck, that's all. A bit? Murphy called. He wants his law back. Murphy's law is that if anything bad can happen, it will happen. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? What doesn't kill you leaves you broken instead. Got a hole in my soul. Sorry, we're not doing Bring Me the Horizon right now. How can you laugh at a time like this? Again, it's probably like danger levels. He's probably used to a lot of stuff, I guess. And being a rebel, you probably have to have a lot of perseverance through really terrifying situations like this. Not that like Apollo doesn't know how to persevere, but you know what I mean. Like it's going to be a dangerous situation. We're stuck here for now, so we might as well try to open this thing. Okay, let's see what we're dealing with. Okay. So there's a Matama symbol, a dragon, and a tiger. A person getting zapped. Can we zoom in? We can't zoom in. Oh, sorry, zoom in. Person getting zapped. So that's probably the what do they call him again? The head of the Kernism. There's like a dragon scaring away. She's scaring away the tiger. Oh, should we try press this here? There's a big button here. Huh? Nothing happened. Is there a button on the other side? No, I was thinking you could press the button on the other side as well. This thing is covered with pictures. And hey, each section also rotates. Oh, it's gonna be some kind of puzzle? Take a look at the sun. See the picture of the dragon battling a tiger? And this green and purple one. It's the Kearney's butterfly and Matama. Oh, okay. I wonder if the clues are figuring out how to open this box. Okay, we didn't open it. It appears this box uses a picture-based combination lock. We'll have to arrange the pictures on each side in the correct sequence. Let's see. There's the dragon and tiger fight and Kearney's butterfly with a Matama. And a number of other pictures too. Dirk, I was thinking, maybe we should check the evidence we've collected so far. I think we have something that just might help us open it. Really? Do we? You read my mind, son. I think this will help us open the puzzle box. The moss? The moss? Oh. When dragon and tiger battle, the founder or offers divine protection. So the first one is dragon and tiger. Then it's butterfly. Then it's the mother returning. And then she bestows the power. Okay, I got this. I can do it. Oh. I guess they're going to do it themselves, but I would love to do it. Dr. Buff's research notes mentioned the song of the ceremony. Maybe its lyrics and the pictures on the box correspond somehow. I think you're onto something, son. Okay, let's give it a shot. Each shot has 6 pictures, and there are 4 dials in all. The box should open once the pictures are arranged in the right order. Funky puzzle box. Here comes justice, tell him Apollo. So it's... The first one is... this one, right? Yeah, and the second one is the butterfly. Sorry. And then the third one is her coming back, which might be this one. And then it's her bestowing power. Confirm? No? What would this... What did... Wait, I looked at this... Wait, maybe the pictures aren't in the right order. 1 second, I got this. The case should be open if the pictures are in the right... Yeah, I know, Dad. I know, Dad. I know, you should carefully consider which part of the song corresponds to which picture. Also, I guess I can zoom in and out. Yeah, I know, Dad, I know. Dad, I know. No. I mean, I had to do anything else thanks to the amazing light in this cave. What happened here is this thing here. It didn't turn properly. It didn't turn all the way. I think you can turn it like half measures, which is crazy. It should be this, right? Dad, I know, okay? Dad, I know. That's not it? Dad, I don't know. Dad, I'm unaware. So maybe, so what would look like she's returning? Because it is offer like prayers. Sorry, so it's maybe, sorry. This one here. No? I thought I had this. I was like, I got it. Descending upon us all in her glory, the founder bestows a grace power. Yeah. Offer thy prayers as fervent as fire. Only then shall the Holy Mother return. No, wait. Is it this one? The founder offers divine protection? And is this them offering their prayers? Let's try this one. I know this is right. It says, I thought I had this. When the dragon and the tiger, dragon and tiger, the founder offers divine protection, so it's scaring away the dragon. When the butterfly bases the baton, when the favor of the orb is bestowed, offer thy prayers as fervent as fire. Only then should the Holy Mother return. So offer thy prayers as fervent as fire. Is it could be this one. What? Is it reverse order or something? What else could she bestow upon us? I think this is bestow. I think it's the only one that could be wrong though, right? And we tried this one of them bestowing their prayers. What is wrong with me? Yeah, like, cause I doubt this to me would be bestowing prayers. As fervent as fire. Unless it's this and then this. No, because then the top one would be different as well. The top one is her. What is happening? When the dragon and the tiger battle, the founder offers. Oh, no, okay, it has to be this. What is wrong with me? I thought I had this. Zoom out. This one's correct for sure. This one's correct for sure. That's the founder's orb. It's offer thy prayers has to be this one. And it has to be this one. What am I missing? Okay, so offer thy prayers as fervent as fire, then should the Holy Mother return. So she has to return somehow. Here, that one there, and then this. What is happening? How can I? What is happening? Is this not her bestowing stuff? Wee. Unless it's like this. And then this. Wait, hold on a second here. It has to, is it in order of a story? Like when the I'll try this one just for fun. This is hilarious to me. Okay, I'm gonna go in terms of a story then. Of her offering divine protection. And then they try to fight and they can't get her. And then this happens. And then she bestows upon her greatness. And her power. For here. Okay, I'm gonna have to consult. I don't know why I'm getting this so wrong. This is harder than I imagined. Yeah, I thought I had it. Though all we have to do is arrange the pictures according to the song. It's kind of easy. You have to think outside the puzzle box. Sometimes the truth can only be found when you look at things from a different angle. A different angle? Come to think of it, one of the pictures from the song is missing. Does this mean the picture doesn't line up exactly? Oh, it's like... that's why it's edged out like this. Like that? Wow, okay, this might be it. And so the next one would be the butterfly embracing Matana, the favor's orb is bestowed. Offer their prayers as fervent as fire, and then the Holy Mother returns. So that's the tiger getting... Oh, that's this one. I'm an idiot. We did it. Okay. The answer actually that I was getting wrong here was the top one actually was just his own thing. And it didn't separate, and the bestowing of the power was actually the bottom part, what we thought it was. We were right in the first round. That's grand. So this is the Founder's Orb. We did it, son. The orb is finally ours. Big deal, right? All I could think of is that whole puzzle rocked me. And then I was just like, we'll try this. And I just literally swapped the top and the bottom and switched the top. It literally was one of those things where like, you think for a minute and you're like, okay, we got it. But it kicked my butt. That puzzle kicked my butt, 100%. The Founder's Orb was actually pretty. It's a pretty orb. At last, the Founder's Orb is ours. And it's all thanks to you, son. Well done. Then again, I did expect nothing less from my boy. Oh, haha. It's no big deal. Is Apollo feeling a little bit proud of that? The music here as well is so triumphant. Don't sell yourself short. You may think it's nothing, but your insights and reasoning led us here. And I'd say that's truly impressive. I don't know about that. All those battles you fought in the courtroom have shaped you into the man you are today. And I couldn't be prouder. Oh my god. Again, how does Apollo feel about this? You know, because I'm always like hesitant, because like I almost feel like a friend to Apollo now. I'm kind of on the sidelines like, how do we feel, Apollo? We cut it out already? Before it turned into a sun-ripened tomato, oh god. With this orb, I can finally deliver a fatal blow to the Garan regime. This big hearty laugh as well. So how exactly do you plan on using it? You're not going to try and become a spirit medium, are you? Don't be ridiculous. I don't need a supernatural powers like that. So then, are you going to use it as a bargaining chip with the Queen Garan? Like demanding she abolishes the Defense Culpability Act? Well, the thought had crossed my mind, but the main thing is returning this to the Kingdom of Karain. Okay. After all, as a sacred relicarism, that's where it belongs. I mean, that's always a good thing to like return things to their rightful owners in terms of like their cultural backgrounds and where they came from and where they were sometimes stolen from even. Really, that's all you wanted to do? But how is that gonna... Because my true objective has always been to find out who asked Dr. Buff to study it and why. Is that how you're gonna deal a blow to Garan? I'm not sure I follow. I guess we're going to talk to him the orb's significance. Yeah, we're going to find out here, I guess. The official story is that the orb was stolen from the temple treasure room. Yeah, I heard about that on the news. They also said your group was behind the theft. That's not good. We're probably on an international most wanted list now. Let me ask you something, Apollo. Who do you really think stole the orb? It's an interesting question that I don't know if I can answer. I really haven't a clue yet. I don't have an idea. I think it was one of the royals. You think so? Like maybe to frame you guys? Oh, so maybe if like they can prove it wasn't stolen by the rebels, they can prove it was the royals like framed them? Really? Someone from the royal family? And I've got a pretty good idea which one it was. I mean, the father would definitely fall into mind because he's already done stuff where he's framed people before, right? He knows who it is. Care to share your hunch? All I'll say at this point is this. Security is pretty tight, but the royals have unfettered access to the treasure room. It's such a great visual, isn't it? Plus, they seem to be turning a blind eye to the orb's loss. But why would a member of the royal family do that? That I haven't figured out yet. So we don't know exactly why they're doing it then. This music's great as well. Whatever the reason, it can't be good. I mean, a Kuranese royal stealing a national treasure in such a religious significance, and then pinning the crime on us, the Defiant Dragons. Sounds like a conspiracy or something. I agree, and if the truth were to come to light, it would be a scandal of epic proportions. To allow a foreign national to study a treasure so sacred that it's off limits to the public, it would be seen as not a sacrilege to those who truly reveal the horrors. Let me read through a lot of this again. So, I got that idea that they're trying to pin the crime on the Defiant Dragons. Right? And the scandal would be that they it's not that they would steal it, it's that they would witness it. So it's the fact that he's a foreign national that he got to like actually study it would be against the law rules as well. This music's so good. So if this were to go public, the support of the Garan regime would weaken. Wait, sorry, no, I got this wrong. Well, no, what they're saying is that if the truth came to light that I think is what I was saying earlier, if the truth came to light that they actually, like, they stole the orb, and let a foreign national actually study the treasure, then obviously I didn't say this part, but then they would it would be sacrilegious. Okay. But that's not all. This is just a hunch. But I believe there's something even bigger here. Something that would explain why the orb was being studied in the first place. Something that would shake the kingdom of Karain to its very core. And I'm going to find out what. This is, I love a conspiracy, but I also love like a big emphasis on like, you know, you guys know I love a good rebellion. But here it's like this situation where we have no definitive proof that anything has happened here. But I wouldn't put it past. We don't have his name here, obviously, right now, I don't think. No. 35. I forgot that. I know he's the head of the prosecutors. So, you know, he doesn't show up all the time. Igna actually like would be someone who would do this. I think so, 100%. He's probably right. His intuition is usually spot on. And that's the thing. He used to be a lawyer himself, right? And also he survived this long. Dirk, why are you so bent on revolution anyway? If you didn't know what was going on in there, you probably would ask this question. Being there for 2 minutes as Phoenix, I understood why you would want a revolution. They nearly killed a 9-year-old in the courtroom. It's to reform the legal system in Crane? There's that. But I'm also doing this for my children. I want to save Nayuta. Save Nayuta. So he believes he's probably lost as well after everything that's happened. What do you mean? This is for your ears only. It's the other reason why this revolution needs to succeed. Nayuta. So Nayuta, as we know, was also the son of Dirk, became a lawyer, but became a different type of lawyer. In this case, a prosecutor, and has actually like upheld the rules of Karain rather than gone against them. And even like at the time, That's a Rebel was even looking at him with a bit of shame, you know? Nayuta, I never thought a reunion would take place in a courtroom. It's retroactively a big deal. The fact that he didn't even say anything means that, like, obviously there's a feeling that runs deep here, you know? Oh, so you've run into each other already? Yeah, but it was like he was a different person. He used to be such a kind and cheerful kid, always smiling and stuff. But now, that's harsh, man, isn't it? Because again, as you said before, like, who you are as a kid is not who you're going to be as an adult. But, like, if this is only the frame of reference you have, you know, it's a big change. It's a massive change. He tried to convict Trucy for a crime she didn't even commit. Plus, he kept telling me that I had putrid mind to let it go and move on. Has it really gotten that bad? It must be Garan's influence. He wasn't like that when he first stepped into the courtroom. Back then, he still had a keen sense of justice. I vowed to bring the Garan regime down and reform the legal system. That's what he swore to do. But that was also 5 years ago. Man, like, I wonder what happened. In the space of 5 years? He'd been the shining star, the defiant dragons, and our greatest hope. He was, oh my god, so he was part of the rebellion that deeply. We knew he was, like, obviously, like, obviously That's a Rebel was disappointed in him, which means that he was, like, pretty close to him, at least. That's so rough. Wait, Nayuta was a dragon? See, I didn't know he was, that's what I'm saying too, he was, like, right in the middle of the dragons. When, like, I would have thought that he was just, like, maybe, like, they knew him because he was related to, like, Dirk, right? But they called him a Hope, right? It was something like you were a Hope or something, or you were something like that. I just remember That's a Rebel was disappointed. He was. But these days, he's more like Garan's lapdog. Talk about a complete, about face. Why would he do that? Something must have happened to him. Something that sparked a radical change. Still, I don't think he truly believes the new path he's taken. So you think he could change back? Maybe he will change his ways a little bit into this as well, or like if he's maybe pushed a little bit in the right direction, or maybe like there is some secret here of like why he's doing this. Like there's some under the skin, under the radar reason that he's doing all this. We'll just have to find out. It's not conviction that fills his heart; it's resignation and despair. Interesting. So you don't think, again, saying conviction, he's not like dedicated to this fully. And there's some despair and resignation in his heart. I see. The only thing I know for sure is Nayuta is suffering, and he is suffering in silence. Nayuta is suffering? Yes, he knows the rightful state of Karain's legal system. but something forced him to bend the Garan's will, and it's tearing him apart. So he thinks that there's something that's happening that is forcing him to do this. That is making it so that he can't try to reform the legal system in some way. This would change a lot of stuff about his character and actually make him one of the most pitiful characters. Not as in terms of like, I pity you, but in like, oh Jesus, man, that's horrible. It doesn't obviously change the fact that like, Apollo would still have like rights to be angry and Trucy would still have rights to be upset with him and all this stuff too. But there's something here. And that's what Dirk thinks. And honestly as well, I would like to know the change. In the space of 5 years, something changing that drastically. But it's been 5 years. Do you really think he even still wants to reform the legal system? Because to me, like, actually, when you do think of 5 years is actually like not that long, but it's also very long. Because actually, I think I want to correct what I said there, because I think that in 2 years you could change really drastically. I think in the space of 6 months, if your mental health is really destroyed, you can change very drastically. So I don't think it's that unusual, honestly. As long as he carries what I've thought with him in his heart, I do. Dirk's teachings. So that's interesting. Like, it's the first kind of inkling that maybe like Nayuta might not be fully committed to the Kuranism ideals, which like would be like ideal for us to have a, I don't know, not ideal for us because it still like means that he's like in turmoil, but I mean like if eventually he could like somehow help us, you know what I mean? But that's only if he can make that breakthrough. It's the same thing with like we talk about Rafa. Rafa's like, I know Rafa's much younger, but you know what I mean? Like it's all about that breakthrough. It's all about those moments. But to be honest, like I think I can get inside Rafa's head and think like, oh, this is how she feels. I can really tell how she feels. With Nayuta, he's very good at like the poker face. So no matter what, I only have what Dirk says to go on. We're gonna have to see more about that. I feel like, it's not really like on the surface. So we'll see. A dragon never yields. That's what you always told us. That I did. It's a belief I've held since back when I was a lawyer. The dragon stands at the pinnacle of the natural world. Nothing and no one can bend its will. That's why these lawyers must pursue the truth, like an unyielding dragon, right? We must fight for the truth to the bitter end, no matter what it takes. So it's like instilling that idea of the dragon into like your even when you're a lawyer as well, Which, and honestly, again, that is the thing. Like, Apollo is a very determined character. Comparing his tenacity to a dragon in the courtroom actually wouldn't be too off. Because, again, it's not like he's like some angry beast. But he is a character who, like, legitimately on occasions, like, fights back from some of the worst situations. Dirk and Mr. Wright. They have that much in common. Yep, they will not go down without a fight. That's why I've held on to this badge, even though there are no more lawyers in Crane. It's a beautiful badge. I believe that one day our legal system will return to its former glory. And this badge here is a testament to that belief. I wonder if Nayuta still believes in what you taught us. And it's so interesting now, right? Because we have this perspective of not only Apollo being like, I used to be friends, or I used to be not friends, like Nayuta was technically my brother. We spent time together as kids. Now he's asking questions like this. Because I think it is a thing, like you would want him to still believe. And the shock of that courtroom of seeing Nayuta act that way from when you knew him as a child, it must have been such a massive deal. And I think it's almost like, it's sad, but it's also like very bitter. Not like Apollo's bitter, but it's a bitter feeling to have like, even have to ask this question. Do you think he believes what you taught us? The tenacity, the never backing down, all this stuff. Because I still adhere to it. And the other man that's my other dad, Phoenix Wright, adheres to this. You adhere to this. Having the one, like, family member who doesn't, He does, that much I'm sure of.
A dragon never yields.
Your voice is better than mine, voice actor. The dragon print on his hand as well. Very cool. Oh my god. Maybe we should change the voice a little bit. I know that belief is etched and deep in his heart. I bet my life on it. After all, he is my flesh and blood. Is that a better voice? Do you like that voice better? You guys let me know. What's easier to listen to? This unshakable faith and confidence. It is, again, that's the thing. It's inspiring. Like, you can tell why he was a good leader. Like, even in these darkest times, he's still laughing. Even in these, like, dangerous times, he's still trying to be upbeat. He's still determined. All this stuff. You can tell why he would be a good leader of rebellion. It's what draws people to him, whether they like it or not. 100%. 100%. So many times with like rebellions, and even in Ireland again, in rebellions in Ireland, like legitimately you will have people like who would be able to sell you like anything. And you hear stories about them doing speeches, and you're like, and the people were just like, yeah, dude, 100%, I'll die for this country, you know, like 100%. Even people like me. I mean, it's hard not to be like, yeah, that's so cool. It's so cool to see someone be like, yes, you know, and tap on your chest, and you feel that determination. And here's the thing, I'm not saying like I would like, you know, all of us would like, you know, be, you know, drawn to that. But I mean, when you're in a situation of like grave peril or there's some bad stuff happening and someone comes to you and kind of like sells you this, it is like something that would hit your heart, you know? Sorry, I missed the last part of the text, I think. You know, I remember back when we were kids, Nayuta used to say that with great pride, I have the blood of a dragon with me. Jesus, man. But I don't think we've even heard him even reference something like that now.
Yes, and that's why I want to free him. Free him from the poisonous clutches of the Garon regime.
So that's your other reason for starting a revolution?
Yes, I need to smack some sense into that boy of mine. I mean, what is the father's for?
And this is what I'm talking about. Even in these moments here, right? He's not downtrodden about it. I'm sure he's upset about it. I'm sure it makes him feel hurt. Like, if That's a Rebel was hurt, I'm sure Dirk is hurt. To be like, no, I'm gonna, like, persevere. I'm gonna press on. So cool, right? So once again, you do feel that feeling of, like, I understand why people are drawn to him. I understand in the darkest of times why people would want to, like, lay their life on the line in a situation. And again, I want to make it clear. If someone walks up to me now and does this in the street, I'm gonna be like, okay, bro, you know, but it's this particular situation. Like in Ireland, when our people were being killed or mistreated and our homes were taken off us, all this stuff, someone in the middle of the street, like, shouting, like, we will, like, you know, fight for our rights and get our country back, or even, like, someone like Padraig Pierce saying, like, you know, the rivers are running red with their blood. Like, you would feel this thing of just like, yeah, because you've been gone through so much. And again, it's one of the situations where now Apollo, trapped in this cave, thinking about the past, thinking about Nayuta, he hears this speech. Yeah, man, it'd fill you up with confidence. Boop. I wouldn't know. Oh, Jesus, Apollo. Now that we have the up, on to the next problem.
Getting out of here.
That actually hit, man. I wouldn't know. Apollo didn't have a dad. And that's the thing that's always going to be in the back of Apollo's mind and in his heart. Right? Yeah, like, again, you're like, and also, like, I never thought of it this way. He's talking about fighting for Nayuta, right? Which is a good thing. But it's also like, wait, so you've come here after 10 years to help fight for Nayuta? Have you not come here to see me, you know? Well, we're not going to go back the way we came, that's for sure. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. He's not a good dad. He's definitely not a good dad. He's a very inspirational person, but he's not a good dad. That hole we fell up through was way too high to climb back up to. It's going, and I'm not saying that, like, you know, we can't have a complicated and interesting relationship, you know, dealing with that, navigating who he is, but, like, you can't be a good dad and be a rebel leader, and that's unfortunate, you know? You just can't. Because it inherently means that you're going to abandon your kids one way or another, whether you're going to be away all the time or you're going to die. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, like, I know people can probably say, like, well, you know, that's being what a real rebel is. It totally is. And once again, I have so much respect for the people that fought for my country. But I think then it's also like, you also have to deal with the idea that, like, your kids are going to be without a dad. You know what I mean? And it's horrible maybe to be like, after someone's gone, to be like, he wasn't a good dad. He fought for his country, but he wasn't a good dad. Like, when I say fought for the country, I mean, like, rebel against a tyrannical nation or whatever, or a colonizing nation, as they did in Ireland. But, like, in saying bad dad was probably the wrong words. Maybe it's just like absentee dad, which, again, I think then rounds about to be not good. Right? I think you would say that. I think it's fair to be like, he's not being a very good dad by not seeing Apollo for 10 years. But then someone, again, could argue that he was doing something incredibly important. The way I'd say it is, his important thing he was doing doesn't negate Apollo's feelings. That's what I would say. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That lake water tastes like salty, which means it must be connected to the ocean. Wait a second. You're not suggesting we swim out our way out of here.
That's exactly what I'm suggesting.
But we've no idea how deep the lake goes. It's pitch black down here.
Not a problem.
How is that not a problem? I mean, how do you even know there's really a passage to the ocean?
Well, one of us is to try, and I'm the better swimmer. Time's a wasting. I'll be back before you know it, son.
He's such a go-getter, right? He's like go, go, go all the time. Dirk. He's gone. I sure hope, what he's, I know he knows what he's doing. May 16th. Mount Matama. Kearney's runes. It's been 20 minutes. I hope he's okay. Well, what the... What? What's going on? Is it an earthquake? Oh. The water... It's rising. What? How does that happen? Is it like the tides coming in? Possibly? Oh, Jesus Christ, that's terrifying. Need air. Oh my god, but that's so scary. Especially if I have a fear of water, I don't know how to swim. If I don't grab onto something that floats, the driftwood. The driftwood. Grab on the driftwood. Oh, Apollo, this is so... But yeah, it is bad. I better think of something quick. The driftwood. I've got it. As long as I hold on to this, I should be able to stay afloat. Hopefully. Maybe I can use this like an oxygen tank. Wait, what am I thinking? I need to stay calm before and be more rational about this. So maybe... This is not good. The water's almost at the top of the altar. It won't be long before it reaches the roof of the cave. We have to get the box, right? The puzzle box is still at the base of the altar. It must have been designed to stay put even at the high tide. That's crazy. Wait, that's it. Dr. Buston might have gotten in here from some ocean side entrance at low tide. That's why his footprints were leading out of the lake. So it really does connect to the ocean. Not that it helps. I drowned before I made it out. Up here? Ugh, it's no use. The hole's still too high up. I have to find another way, and quick, before I drown. Also, we just have to examine everything, it seems. This would be terrifying even if you weren't afraid of water. No, this is good, this is good. Hold the driftwood, hold the driftwood. It's good. It doesn't seem good right now, but hold on to the driftwood. Hold on to the driftwood. Just hold on to it. Yep. It didn't seem good at the time. That's still scary. But now it's good. The water's just high enough for me to reach the hole. I'm saved. All I have to do is go back to the way I came. The water didn't even lift me all the way back up over the wall of rock. Here goes. It's still a scary situation, even if you haven't... Wait, what? Is that covered up? The hole, it's full of rubble. How? The tunnel collapsing above must have filled it in... Oh, no. That's not good. This can't be happening. Did we try to punch the rock? I can't give up now. I refuse to die here. Of course we refuse to die here. Oh, it's not rising again, is it? The water, I can't. This is so scary. I can't breathe. How's he getting out of this? Someone has to save him or something. Someone has to save him. Infinitely terrifying. Is this the end? Don't say that, ever. Dirk. I wonder if he made it out. And Apollo thinking of other people right away. Of course he is. No, someone's gonna save him. So this is what it feels like. Game. Please don't do this to me. Even if I know he's gonna survive, please don't freaking do this. I would have eaten that sushi if I know it would be my last meal. Oh my god. Spirit of justice. I don't even want to see this. I don't ever want to even think of Apollo drowning. Please. I feel like I've been through this before. Now I remember. Such a different image, isn't it? It was back when all three of us were living in that shack in the mountains. Night and I were playing by the riverside when we got swept up by the rapids. Ah. Ah. I thought we were goners, but then... Nayuta. Apollo. Hold on, I'm coming. Oh, he saved them? Oh my god. Look at this. Oh. How scary that must have been, especially for kids as well. Oh, look at that. And he's, of course, Dirk is still smiling. The ever mood maker here.
That was a close one. Thought I'd lost you two.
I'm sorry, Joel. Apollo. Imagine that's who Apollo is saying sorry after he nearly drowned.
All right, that's enough now. Didn't I teach you that boys don't cry?
Boys can cry if they want, okay? Don't be telling them that. Thank you, Father. This must have been so hard. Because again, like, have you ever, like, fallen? We all remember what it was like a little bit. Like, you know when you fall as a kid and it's the biggest thing in the world? Can you imagine, like, nearly drowning? You know what I mean? Like, I always remember, like, getting a bee sting as a kid and I acted like the world was ending. But then, like, 5 years later when I was, like, older, like, it didn't even matter. It was, like, it's crazy. Like, again, I'm not saying that, like, if you nearly drown as an adult, it's not traumatic. But I'm saying, like, as kids, it's, like, hard to, like, come to terms with stuff in that way even more so. You could have been killed. But you risked your life to save us. Why?
What a silly question. What father wouldn't risk his life to save his own children?
Jeez, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Nayuta, Apollo, don't you ever hesitate to call when you need me. Understand?
Hey, Dirk. This isn't forever. You'll bring you back from America someday. Oh, this is him bringing him to America? Of course, I'll come pick you up as soon as things settle down here. They never did. They never settled down. Okay, oh, that's gotta hurt. Because here's the thing. Things never settled down, but even if they didn't settle down, like 10 years without your dad. Brutal. I waited and I waited for the day you'd come and take me home. Man, and then when he first comes here, he has like his own plans. But you never came, yeah? That's why I tried to forget about you. And that's so fair. That's so fair. Because with Apollo, like... what's gonna happen is, and this is my estimation, it's so difficult, man. In the first year, I bet Apollo for a full year every day was thinking, it's today. It's today. He's gonna come back today. But never did. And then it's so fair for him that next year to be like, I'm going to try and forget about him because if I don't, I'm going to be so hurt. It's kind of like, and we've all like gone through like the drifting away of friends. It's not just like you hate each other, you just drift apart. And you know, then like, it's not like you try to forget about them, but you try to move on with your life, right? Even though every once in a while that sting in the back of your head goes, oh yeah, that person, you know? It's so hard. And my life is back in Crane. And my life back in Crane. So hard. Dirk, why? Why didn't you? And this has brought back all those feelings again, right? Because what happens is that one thing can trigger those memories again. This is what's happened. Apollo, someone saved him. Oh my God. Apollo, can you hear me? Look at this image. Yeah, he saved him. Just like he did. And I'm going to say this right now. While I don't, like, Apollo has all the right to be upset, I think this is such an important moment for him. You know what I mean? At least to have this with his dad. At least to have this moment where he's saying, I'm not saying it's a good moment because it's still traumatic. But his dad was there for him here in this moment.
Still can't swim, eh?
You came back. But why? And oh my God, this kind of like parallels of him like not coming back to get him. But now he's like, well, you came back to get me in here. You know, he said you'll come back, right, to get me in America. but you didn't come back to get me, and now he's like, you did come back to get me. There is like definitely a parallel there they're trying to like make, right? 100%. Because he believed he wouldn't come back. All he thought about is, did you get out at all? Apollo's hair here looks amazing, by the way. I said I'd come for you, didn't I? Oh, that's so hard. Because there's such a parallel to him not coming back for 10 years, but him coming back and saving him now. But you can't hold me and swim. He's holding on to something. We're both going to...
Stop talking. You'll bite your tongue.
What? Oh, and we're being pulled under. What's going on? Why is it happening? That's so tough. Apollo has gone through so much, man. He's gone through so much. And again, the way I want to make clear here, like, as I said, this doesn't make up for Dirk not meeting up for 10 years. But I'm saying, like, in terms of a parallel of, like, Apollo probably thought as he was fading away, he's not coming back because he didn't come back to me for 10 years already. And then he does come back this time around. Even if it's not like the way he wanted to originally, he came back, like, at least in some way. And it's a little bit... Again, I hope it doesn't sound like I'm praising Dirk to the nines here. I'm just saying in Apollo's head, it's like, whoa. So he actually did come back this time. Like, it's a huge deal. It would be a huge deal in my mind. And you have to look at it from this perspective of Apollo. Well, they got back out anyway, which is good. From Apollo, who is, like, yearning for his dad for years. But as I said, it's like one of those situations where, you know, thankfully he came back 100% because Apollo's dead. If he didn't come back, thankfully he came back. But there's still a lot of feelings that Apollo's going to have to work through, 100%.
You finally came to, son. Get your fill of seawater? Good thing your name's not Neptune, huh?
Man, it's a scary situation. Such a scary situation. Dirk. Oh, that's the rebels here too? You're telling me, check it out, snot's coming out of his nose. Dude, he almost drowned. Give him a second, okay? What a miraculous escape. Not even some of the escape artist grades could pull off that. What on earth happened?
Sorry it took me so long, son. I made it to the ocean, but I figured you still couldn't swim. So I found a local fisherman and he had him taken out near the undersea cabin. He tied a rope to me and I came and then grabbed you and then he yanked me back.
Honestly, really fast thinking. Because I think most people would panic, and I think that comes from probably being a rebel. Like, you have to think on your toes. So that's what pulled us on it with such force. Don't forget about me. I assisted in your escape back too, did you? Thank you so much, Truzy.
I've helped compatriots escape from all sorts of places, mountain jails and islands and prisons. But an undersea cavern, that was a first.
Dirk, he risked his life for me. Dirk, I'm only alive because of you. Let's see how Apollo feels about this. Thank you. And again, you know what's so interesting as well? Like, getting to say thank you to his dad after this long as well. Not that I'm not saying he deserved to thank you before, but now that's a huge deal too. He has something to thank his dad over after all these years, at least one thing.
Oh, you're welcome.
And even now he's getting, like, nervous about it, you know?
I just did what any father would do for his son.
The problem is, Dirk, fathers should do that for the son. They all don't. They legitimately all don't. Oh, that moment, it's calling back to save my life yet again. You hungry? And I think Apollo's calling back to that moment again where he saved when he was younger, because it is like such a huge moment of his childhood. It's like, he saved me when I was younger, and I appreciated that so much. He left me for 10 years. I hated that, and he has a right to hate that. But then he saved me again years later, too. So it's like, can I rely... It's like, at least if he's here, I can rely on him. It's still so complicated, isn't it? But I think that, like, for Apollo to be able to say thank you for something... Not that he has to say thank you. I'm saying that, like, you know, it's like... The way I would rephrase it is that Apollo can be like, oh, my dad did something good for me for the first time in 10 years. You know what I mean? And that's a huge deal. It's up to Apollo how he feels about his dad. I'm going to support Apollo with everything. It's not up to me to decide, you know, how that's going to go for him. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like, the way I always see it with the whole father-son situation in games, and it's happened so many times with games that I love, I always, like, go, what does the character want? And obviously, if the story is bad, then I would point it out. But, like, if the story is good, then I feel like I can follow along with the character. And it's one of the situations where, like, Even if like by the end of this, I'm like, you shouldn't just hang out with Dirk again and go play ball with Dirk. But if Apollo wants to do that, then I would support Apollo, if that makes sense. It's like, even though I'm like, I would rather him just like call him out a little bit more, I want Apollo to be happy. And if his dad being back in his life will make him happy eventually, then I'm all for that. All for that.
I guess seawater doesn't make for much of a meal.
It's because Polly didn't have any sushi. Oh, Trucy remembering this as well. Oh yeah, I haven't eaten anything since this morning. Huge deal.
That's right. Hey, AJ. Dirk got me buy this for you.
Oh my god, that's a rebel. That's a rebel feels like an uncle. You know what I mean? He feels like our uncle.
Thought you might be hungry. Ready to have some this time around?
Yeah, thanks. Again, I feel good for Apollo being able to like, just have an like be able to say. I keep having to rephrase myself, but I think you guys know what I'm saying. I'm not saying he should say thank you. I'm saying that like it feels good to be able to have something to thank his dad for. You know what I mean? That feels good in general. Oh, Apollo, chowing down. It's delicious.
Glad you approve. I better get some before you eat them all.
And this is technically in America, but like I wonder if it's the same with Japan, because like I often see like a lot of like K-pop artists will say about Korean food in America. They're like, yeah, a lot of Korean places in America are really, really good. Because you know the way sometimes like people who like are like really hardcore like I love Japan no matter what, but they're American and like and the people go, you know, like in a way that's like very like obsessive, and the same way people like will love like Korea like as a thing like very obsessively, because they want to be Korean or whatever. They'll be like, oh, you must only go to like this place in Japan or Korea, but then like a lot of like Koreans, like I'm getting, it's not the same thing, but I'm just thinking about cultural foods like and this stuff as well, because Korean and Japan are completely different. But like I know like a lot of times cultural foods can actually be really good in other countries. Do you think it's a situation where like the food in this America could actually be really good? Because I know that like in some cultures, like from other cultures, a lot of people like, you know, people who like are like really obsessed with like, you know, becoming part of a culture, you know, like people who want to be Japanese who aren't Japanese or whatever, they'll usually be like, hey, you can only go to Japan to get this authentic sushi. But then you'll see like some Japanese people like online or something will say like, oh yeah, I had really good sushi in like LA one time, you know. It's like, all right, really good sushi at this place, because it's one of those situations where like it's the same thing with like you know, some, you know, international food that you can get in Ireland, like it still tastes pretty good, you know what I mean? It always just depends on the cook and who's making it, right? For sure. Just like old times. Oh my god, Apollo's reminiscing. It probably feels so good to like, again, he blocked him out of his mind. It's painful to see him again, and now he's getting to like eat food with his dad at the very least, you know what I mean? Like this means a lot to him. Dirk used to slice the fish he caught, and we'd all eat fresh sashimi together. Oh my god, that sounds so nice. He's talking about all the vitamins and minerals packed into raw fish. I mean, fish is very good for you. Fish is very good for you.
Hey, by the way, let me see the orb, AJ.
Here you go.
Ah, so that's what it looks like.
You found the legendary treasure? Nice work, Polly. Trucy, my little sister, legitimately. Thanks, guess you could say mission accomplished.
With the orb, our revolution can take a big step forward. Let's celebrate the eve of our revolution.
We'll all get dressed up on Feast Till Dawn. That actually sounds very fun.
Yeah, now you're talking. Time to party.
After all that, I just want to go to bed. I can totally go. Again, I haven't drowned. I almost drowned once, but luckily I was swimming with a lifeguard at the time while he was on lunch break. It was my friend who was a lifeguard. He was on lunch break at like this river. But I think like you'd be exhausted. You'd have to be exhausted out of this, right? After this, 100%. You'd be so exhausted. Nayuta. Sure you wish Nayuta was here. And now again, it's like almost like opened up, like, no, pardon the pun, but it's opened up the floodgates. You know, it's opened up now. Now he's thinking about all this stuff. Maybe one day we'll enjoy times like these together again. The revolution. If it can bring back those happy days, you can sign me up for... Oh, but he was reminiscing. What's happening here? For my crystal, this is Addison.
Sorry to interrupt your little party, but I'm here for my crystal.
Oh, he's back. He's not, we're not going to give it to him. At all. Not at all. And poor Apollo was reminiscing. Ah, it's him again.
Well done. Then again, I always knew you could do it. After all, we politicians must be excellent judges of character. No. Still, I'm impressed. You both made it out of there alive.
Wait a second. You're the one who shoved us into that pit? It was him. Because I was thinking it could be like someone who wanted us to find something. No, but like in a good way. But he literally wanted us to like find it and bring it to him.
It sounds so bad when you say it like that.
Because that's exactly what happened, buddy. You admitted to a crime just now.
All I did was give you a little nudge in the right direction.
So it was you.
You okay, Dirk? Dirk? What? You never see him like this, ever. Like he's never angry even.
You no good son of a...
You never see... Oh my god, he hid away in his freaking pelican. We never see Dirk angry, ever. Ever, ever, ever.
Don't look at me like that. The crystal of Amy Faye is mine. Now hand it over.
Over my dead body.
Yeah, we never see him like this. Such a quick change once he found out he like... Maybe it's because he heard Apollo. Hopefully. You know what I mean?
Detective, help.
Detective, Emma's gonna help? Emma, come on, you admitted to a crime. Yeah, I know. Emma, he admitted to assault. He admitted to it. Right there in front of you. Come on, Emma, what's going on here? He filed a police report. Okay, we're filing a police report for assault. He admitted it right in front of you. He claims you're trying to steal his family heirloom. Emma, please. Again, I know there's nothing she can do once the police report is filed. She needs to investigate this. I know this, right? I know this, but oh my god, he admitted to assault.
That's him, the one with the long hair. Arrest him this instant. He's the thief that made off with the Addison family most precious heirloom.
Well, I suppose you'd ask you to come with me for questioning.
Down at the police station? I think I'll pass. After all, Mr. Addison seems bent on having me arrested on the theft charges.
This is not good. If Dirk gets arrested, he'll be sent back to Crate to face execution. Yeah, he'll die. He'll die right there. Sorry, but now that I know you have the crystal orb, you can call it, I must insist. Will you please come with me, sir? And Emma's being very polite because she's trying to help. She doesn't really know about the situation he's in.
Hold it!
Hold it? Let's go, Apollo. I'm afraid I can't let you take Dirk in. He received the orb from Dr. Buff in a perfectly legal transaction. Is that so? Can you prove it? Of course. This just... Wait a second... Okay, no. I actually thought something else was going to happen there. I thought it was going to be ruined by the water, but it's intact.
Take that!
I legit thought it was going to be ruined by the water or something. Take a look at this agreement. What do you have here? Let's see. I agreed to hand over the Founder's Orb to define dragons if I will come to no harm. It appears to be a perfectly legal agreement. Okay, so they don't see it's under duress. Okay.
Not so fast. That's not the Founder's Orb. It's a crystal of Amy Faye, which means the agreement is not in void.
Nah, man, stop this. You're changing the name. Who decides it's the crystal of Amy Faye? This is going nowhere fast. You can say that again. Then we'll just have to go to trial. Right, Apollo? Huh? He's here! Oh my god! Separated for an entire game, he's back. Mr. Wright! Daddy! Oh, Trucy, it's your dad! What's with you two? You look like you just saw a ghost. Apollo, it's been an entire game. Oh yeah. Emma mentioned she had seen him around. What are you doing in Korean Village, Mr. Wright? This is so fun, though. Like, it's been, again, isn't this crazy after this long? Well, I guess, like, they've had reunions like that before, but, like, you know, Mr. Harrison has retained me as... What? 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 How? Wait, you're his... What? Refuse? Apollo, what? Apollo! Mr. Wright, why are you serving as Mr. Harrison's lawyer? Because he hired me. He needed my help in getting a family heirloom back from Dr. Buff. Okay, then leave. I said Apollo, did I say Apollo? I meant Phoenix. It seems you correctly foresaw that something like this might happen. Make him get a different lawyer. What the hell? It's because those shifty insurgents were harassing poor Dr. Buff. Oh my god. So I knew I might need a lawyer if things went south. I figured with celebrated lawyer Phoenix Wright couldn't go wrong. And that's the thing, Phoenix isn't some, you know, failed lawyer or rookie lawyer. He is a famous lawyer in this place. Is this what you came back for Crane for, Mr. Wright? He came back for this job? It was just good timing. My work over there just happened to wrap up. So where's Maya? Is Maya back there? Don't tell me Maya's over there as well. Plus, Mr. Addison is a very important client. Huh? They know each other, but I never heard Mr. Wright mention his name before. What the hell, man? Has this ever happened where like one of our own has become the lawyer for a bad guy? Mr. Wright, well, we've defended bad guys. I mean, like, for someone who's opposing us, I should say. Mr. Wright, are you sure this Mr. Addison is family heirloom? That's my client's assertion. He says it's the crystal of Amy Faye. Oh, God, Phoenix. Apparently, it's the crystal she once used when channeling spirits. Who's Amy Faye? She brought Kearney's channeling to Japan and her descendants brought it here. Her true origins are still rather murky. But what's clear is she is the founder of the Karain channeling technique. Also, she's like the one they call the founder of Karain, the Holy Mother. This is wild. This is so wild. Apollo, I don't plan to betray my client's confidence. Okay, well, you can, like, leave him then. Tell him something's came up. I may not know all the facts yet, but I do know we won't be handing the crystal over to you. Excuse me? Excuse me? The crystal's already with me, buddy. What? What are you saying? I'm really sorry it's come to this, but Mr. Wright, I don't understand. No, the crystal's staying with me, Phoenix. Let me spell it out then. If you continue to claim that the crystal belongs to your client... What? What? Phoenix? I'm gonna cry. What? No! Let me see you in court. No! No! What? What's gotten into you, Daddy? What's happening? Nothing. This is strictly business. Phoenix, there must be something because there's no way that you would just like treat any of the writing agency, Apollo, Athena, Trucy, anyone with just that strictly business tag. At all. Two lawyers from the same firm facing off. What are the odds? Addison, I'm going to kill you. Addison, you will be murdered. Lucky for me, I believe I have the right man for the job. Oh my God, Phoenix, look at this guy, Phoenix. He's slimy to no end.
What you gonna do? Remember, he is your boss.
Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be terrified, but it looks like we might be going up against Phoenix for the last trial. I thought it was gonna be Naruto. How did it come to this? Mr. Wright, please. Oh my God, Apollo pleading with them. Apollo, there's no point in arguing about it here. When it's now clear we're headed to court. And he's right, by the way, saying he can't just give away all the information about his client. He can't. He's not allowed to do that. But this is so shocking. Phoenix, this is like... That's what we'll find out who the crystal really belongs to. You know who the crystal really belongs to, Phoenix. Come on, look at that guy. Any Slimer, he'd be freaking sliding out with the freaking pelican. I don't believe it. Am I really going to face... Oh my God, don't say it. I'm going to face with Mr. Wright in court. Daddy, Apollo, no. We can't have our agency talent competing against each other. It's too late, Trucy. The die has been cast. We each have to fight for our client's best interest. This is wild. This feels like the Twilight Zone. But this feels like the Twilight Zone. So what it's going to be, Apollo? Are we going to have to take this to trial? Yes. Yes, we will, because I'm not giving up the founder orb to him either. I love Karain. You saw Karain. I love Karain. But I love it because there's people in there that I actually do care about. I care about Rafa. I care about Albi. I actually care about what's happening to the people over there. I don't want any more people to die. I want people to actually have defense over there, Phoenix. And I'm not giving up this orb, even if it's you. I can't do it. I can't. Jesus Christ. I have to battle Mr. Wright in court. This is so wild. The legendary Phoenix Wright. Oh my God. I can barely breathe. No matter how many trials of his I've watched. No matter how dire the situation, he's always pulled out a win in the end. Yes, that's so interesting. That's what Apollo's referencing. Like, oh my god, like he's always pulled out a win. My heart's pounding so wild right now. Can I do it? Can I really take on the man whose footsteps I've been following in? I owe it to Dirk to at least try. We don't owe, no, here's the thing. It's not that we owe it to Dirk. Here's what I'll say as well, right? And I get what Apollo's saying. It's his dad and he wants to owe it because he saved his life. He did save his life. Here's what I owe it to. Phoenix laid down a challenge. And here's the thing. I love Phoenix, right? You know I love Phoenix. But there's no way in hell I'm letting Apollo, like, lose. There's no way in hell. Apollo, you're just as good. And if Phoenix knows that too, if Phoenix believes in you. Jesus Christ, what should I do? My throat is so dry. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. There's no turning back now. If it's a trial you want, Mr. Wright, I'm more than happy to oblige. Guys, they could have done Nayuta versus Apollo, and it would have been incredible. They could have done Nayuta versus Apollo and Phoenix, and it would have been incredible. They could have done any of those variations and it would have been incredible. You know it would be. For the final trial in the original 6-game saga, it's Apollo versus Phoenix Wright. I'm ready to fight for my client. Even means facing off against you, Apollo. Oh my god. Big deal. Oh, to see the pause, all right. I won't pull any punches either, Apollo. And same with Apollo. Phoenix, I've never thought I'd say this, but Phoenix Wright, I want Apollo to beat you. And it's not because I don't like you. It's because you laid down the challenge to Apollo, and I'd be damned if I see him lose in court now. I'd be damned. He's about to take the crown. It's happening. The kid gloves are officially off. May the best attorney win. You got it. Whoa. First Daddy, now you. Polly, you're not seriously... Sorry, Trucy, but I have to do this. This is huge. It's so huge, Apollo. All right, then. You can tell it's just something else happening here because it's tearing Phoenix apart. He's not leaving the client. I better go prepare for tomorrow. See you in court. I know he has that philosophy, always believe in the client, but this is the first time you shouldn't believe in your client. This is the first time you shouldn't. This is so wild. Daddy, no, wait.
A fine mess I've gotten you into, son.
Dirk, you saved her life now, okay? You built up some brownie points.
I mean, of all the lawyers we could have faced, it had to be him. He's practically a celebrity in Korea now. They're calling him the Fighting Phoenix.
Whoa. I'll be fine. After all, I've come a long way too. Who knows? I could even end up winning. There's always a chance, right? There's more than a chance. And you know who thinks there's more than a chance as well? That even though he won't say it? Phoenix. Phoenix believes in you. He always has. You know? This may be a blessing in disguise.
If the trial proves what we found is indeed the Founder's Orb, then whoever asked Dr. Buff to study it may be revealed too. True?
Bit of discovery going on.
It's our chance to finally put them out of the shadows.
The first step of your revolution, huh? Yes, the revolution is to restore Crane to its former glory and save Nayuta's soul. I swear to fight as hard in court as to make that reality a reality. We're going to win this one. You'll see.
I know you can do it, son.
It's so weird to have Dirk being the one who's motivating us and a Phoenix like being distant from us. It's like such a weird like turnaround. It doesn't matter that I'll be going up against Mr. Wright. I have to win this for Dirk and for Nayuta. His salvation along with all of Korean depends on it. Oh no. This is the wildest cliffhanger that has ever taken place in Phoenix Wright. Ever. And there's been a lot of cliffhangers. A lot of cliffhangers. Costumes. What? Oh my god, for the previous games? That's actually super cute. Oh, that's super cute. I wish she had like a cooler outfit as well, though. Not that the maid outfits or the kind of like waitress outfit's bad. I'm just saying that like I'd much prefer like the because I feel like they both have like very like much cooler outfits. I think they should have put Athena in like a long detective's coat or something. It would be really cool, like, you know, those like noir detectives or something. So you can change costumes during the trial. Obviously, I wouldn't do that. But I will have Apollo just spinning around here while we're talking, I guess. Guys, this is the wildest cliffhanger they ever did. And that's saying a lot about this game and what this... because we've had a lot of crazy cliffhangers. Guys, I'm exhausted. Here's what I'll say about this. This whole episode was like very much a reconnection of Apollo and his dad, and it was done through like a very like emotional and heavy means of Dirk saving his son once again in the same way he saved him as a kid, and it had Apollo realize maybe that like the reason why he was acting so cold. Again, I want to make clear, him acting cold to his dad is totally warranted. He's allowed to do that. He's allowed to act cold to his dad, especially after everything his dad did and not seeing him for 10 years, because that's not Apollo's fault. But I think in those moments, what Apollo was feeling when his dad saved him, and he got to say thank you to his dad, is not like this thing where it's like, oh, thank you for leaving me for 10 years. It's, I blocked you out of my mind. You saving me opened up the dam. I remembered all these times I had with you and Nayuta. And now I'm just glad that I even get to say thank you to my dad. You know what I mean? It's like, and again, it's not like it's going to be a perfect situation, because again, he still should like, I know he did apologize, but it's like one of those situations where it still would take some mending for me. But for Apollo, I think it's, again, as I said, the way I look at it is like a dam is broken, and now he's feeling his emotional connection to his dad once again. We found the Founder's Orb. We have it called into question who actually owns the Founder's Orb. And the interesting thing about this who owns the Founder's Orb thing, to me, is there has to be something else going on. Because when Phoenix showed up, it was just like, oh, it's Phoenix, but then I'm defending this guy. You could say that Phoenix is just like always defending people because that's his code. But the reason I think it's crazy is Phoenix can't believe in this guy, right? Like, there's no way. Well, again, I think Phoenix would also think even if a guy is bad, you're supposed to like believe in him, I guess. But he can't. But what is happening here is Phoenix is challenging Apollo to a trial. And it is going to be the biggest trial in Ace Attorney history. You're talking about basically the poster boy for the original trilogy, and who I believe, in my personal opinion, had the biggest impact on the story in the obviously the Apollo Justice trilogy. It's you know what it reminds me of? It's literally like it would be literally like if the protagonist of, actually the way to put it would be, like Frodo going up against Bilbo. You know, it's like the protagonist of one trilogy going up against the protagonist of another trilogy. And you could say like, oh well, he wasn't really the protagonist in Dual Destinies, and he wasn't. It was Athena, I feel like, was Dual Destinies more than anything. But I do think Apollo was still like a major part of that story. So overall, you know, but this is like huge. This is the biggest trial, the biggest setup for a trial ever. It is massive. It is gigantic. And you could sell the idea of this trial just based on what the trial is. Like, you could say it's about the orb that's going to save Crane, and that's already a huge thing. But you could stop at just saying this is a trial of Phoenix versus Apollo. Massive. Mahusive. Gigantic. Big. Massive. And Phoenix, you could tell he was kind of like Apollo. You know, he's like, he was kind of like trying to like he wanted to do the trial, of course, and I think he knew Apollo would do the trial, but he was kind of hesitant at some point. So there is still obviously a thing, and we know he cares about Apollo. We know he wants Apollo to succeed. We know he believes in Apollo. And I wonder, but I wonder, and I think there is going to be a deeper reason why Phoenix did this. It could be to pass the torch. It could, but like to do it like based on this, like on a trial, it's maybe, again, it could be a thing where he does believe in his client, or it could be a thing where he knows something else that we don't. We have no idea what's going to happen here. We legitimately have no earthly idea what could happen here. All I know is that this is one of the best setups and one of the biggest moments in the history of Ace Attorney. It's wild. We've had a Phoenix versus Edgeworth, and that was huge too, right? Is this the first time we're going into a trial against someone where we feel a strong love for the prosecutor this time around? Because technically he is the prosecutor, right? Well, or is it just two defense going up against each other? The setup for this one was magnificent. The emotions behind it were really magnificent. I think it's also very interesting that they do this thing where basically like Phoenix has been his father figure for years. And now Phoenix is being a bit distant from him because of this trial. And Dirk is the one that's stepping up this time around. It's so weird, the dynamic and how much it like has changed, you know? I'm excited. I really am excited, guys.
Will you be joining us? Then it's settled.
I don't know what else to say other than I'm excited. Usually I'm a yapper, but I'm just so excited for this. This is huge. You could see Phoenix still was hesitant, but he had to do this as well. You could tell Apollo was scared, but he still does too. I think it's real great they even had Trucy kind of like being like, please don't do this, because again, it's scary. Like, you know, your brother and your dad basically fighting. You know what I mean? It's scary. But again, I believe in Apollo. And when I say I want Apollo to win, I'm serious. I want Phoenix to lose this. Because as much as I love Phoenix, he laid down the gauntlet. And at that point, if you're laying a challenge to my Apollo will win. And Apollo's my favorite Phoenix Wright character, I think. Like, hands down, I would say. Apollo has become my favorite Phoenix Wright character overall. So, guys, if you want to watch these videos, this video was early. This actually video came out on Saturday on Patreon and YouTube membership tabs. But not every video will come out early all the time. One of the things you can always do is check the tabs, but usually videos do come out early. Like every episode before this came out early as well. Like say the episode you watched on Saturday came out on Wednesday, I believe, or Thursday. Yeah, and then the episode that came out on Tuesday, the episode came out on Monday, sorry, released last Saturday as well. The episode that came out on Thursday came out on Tuesday. So yeah, there's like early days usually. With Ace Attorney, it's usually I'm able to get the videos up early, but anything could change. But right now, I'm able to get these videos up early. Sometimes it might be a day early, sometimes it might be 2 days early, but we will get them up early. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for being amazing. And I will say thank you so much to my patrons at the highest tier for being absolutely incredible and supporting the series like they do. Thank you so much to Tyfer 2, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost of Yuzuma, Delicious Felix, Yuld, Radish, Anusta, The Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Liam, High Casparian, Jerebian, and Neo Showerite, and at the highest tier on my YouTube, Royal Gamer 7, Blasco, and Lucinagni. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.